we are in a business of people, literally. Our purpose is people. And people, they could be, very unpredictable. And no one person is same. So that is something I think is an art, not a science. And I wouldn't say like master it, but I think we're really good at it, right? It's not easy to hire someone. It's just HR is a whole different beast, right? So it's a whole different world. We want you to focus on marketing. Give us HR.
Hello, everyone, to another Spotlight session. My name is Paulson Thomas. I'm one of the leaders here at HighLevel. I have a special guest today, and you might know him and his brothers. And if you've been here in our conferences or masterminds, you might have met him in person. But I'm excited for this one because it's going to be very critical to your business. And we're going to talk about team building. We're going to talk about really understanding the fundamentals of finding the right team members that's going to really elevate your business. So without any further ado, Athar, thanks for jumping in, man. I know we hear the name RepStack everywhere. First things first, tell us at a personal level, like what's your story? Like how did you guys get started? I know you guys come in and out of the US all the time, and I got to meet you in person, I think twice or maybe 3 times, but tell us your story.
So it's actually a really long story, of course, right? Anytime you see this any successful person or anybody that's anywhere, you see, oh man, this is easy. He just started 2 years ago and they're here, but you don't know the history that we failed for 24 years and we learned lessons. And that's when we got here, and then we applied all the lessons learned into this one. So basically started like my brother, Athar Siddiqui, he's our CEO. He had a marketing agency and I was working for JP Morgan Chase. And our CFO, my third brother, he was working for Ericsson, and he has a burger chain. He's a serial entrepreneur. He's a money guy. That's why he's a CFO. And Azhar had his agency, and I had a VA. And he called me like, we are ready tight. And he was excited, and he doesn't get excited. Yeah, I hired a VA. He's like, man, I don't have to, jump on calls with each client. Now I can just, focus on getting more clients. And I thought to myself, because, I was always thinking, if I was in Chase for 13 years, I wanted to do something. It's always this mindset that we have to do more and more and more. And I was never happy. We always want growth. So I jumped in and I'm like, maybe I should start an agency that provides VAs to digital marketing agencies. I had zero idea. I Googled, what's a digital marketing agency? I had no idea. The mindset that we brothers have is that, of course, there might be 10,000, VA companies. Maybe more, maybe less. But if we do it, we'll do it better. That's just the mindset, And then I asked my brother that, what do you do, digital marketing agency? He said, can I come in with you? I'm like, what better thing than my brother that that I'm the tightest with, I'm closest with. He wants to come in business with me. Before he even finished his sentence, I said yes. And then we started RepStack. That he came up with the RepStack, and he was the agency master, right? He knows his thing. He's been doing it. He's been the grind for 13 years. And agency world is a grind. You've got to learn lessons, fail, and then grow. And then we started. Our seed money, basically, I did not have it. I had to ask for my wife $65 just to register our company. That's the only money, people ask how much, investment did you do? It must have been really hard to start the company. I'm like, $65. My wife didn't know that I swiped her card because I didn't even have that money, right? That was our investment. We started hiring, we got into the main thing. I think what I would tell to any one of your audiences, if they're starting, first thing you do is hire a mentor or get a coach. That's what it is. Get a specialist, get help. You don't know everything. Those guys that's their job. So get a mentor and have this mindset that you are gonna fail. Anything that you plan, it might not go the way it is, but don't get down. Keep grinding. That's the whole thing. But make mistakes, but don't repeat them. That's the whole thing. Then, we got our first client, Josh Nelson. He's our coach, first coach. I always tell, we have life before Josh Nelson and after Josh Nelson. He has that impact on us. And he hired our first VA. And then we had no idea, how do we hire in Pakistan? So Yawar, our third brother, he was in Pakistan. So we're like, we need hiring in Pakistan. He's like, bring me in. I'm like, of course, third brother. That's how we got together, the three amigos, the three musketeers. And right now, within short time, we started October 2020, and we have like 240 people right now placed. I'm sure about I think 125 clients, and it's just growing. It's just we're blessed.
Yeah.
And it's just been like what do you call, like a rocket, right? It goes up down, but it's just been fueled, and it's in our control a little bit, but it does swing here and there, and we just try to see that
Yeah.
try to pull it in the right direction.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
thanks for, yeah, I'm sorry. Thanks for sharing your story, because it's important that a lot of people see the success of someone and they don't realize the years that it took to get there, almost 24 years and 30 years of like trial and error and different things, and you get to a certain level, right? So I appreciate you sharing that. So help us understand, what exactly do RepStack do and how is this tied to HighLevel? And I know today a ton of people use RepStack, and you're one of the bigger agencies that I know that's in our ecosystem. And I know it's organically that you even found out, your company even found out about us at HighLevel. Help us kind of unpack that.
Yeah, so we started getting clients, reaching out, engaging people, and we started hearing this word, high level, high level, high level. We want high level resource. I'm like, what is high level? And then we Google, and Josh Nelson himself is like, you gotta get into it. But at that time, right, we had $65 we didn't have. And if even, first of all, your prices, they're mind blowing. I don't know how you guys do it, but we were able to afford, high level because of your price. And we couldn't believe that we got this, this package, and it's 360 degrees. You've thought about everything. We basically leave, sleep, eat, and anything that happens in RepStack, we do in high level. We have embraced high level, and that's why. So going back to your question, that how did we get to high level? All our clients coming, so we Googled high level, we started using it, and everybody kept coming. They need high level expert. Now, there is no such thing as a high level expert. There are, of course, a few coaches, but high level is a very hands-on tool. You got to go play with it, make mistakes. So we reached out to Josh Nelson. He said all his users, all his members, they also use high level. So we started a RepStack Success Academy, the whole academy just for high level. And we started putting people through, of course, your training courses, right? They're really good. They helped us. And after 2-3 months, they're ready for the client. And of course, but this is training. The real world is different. So for that, what we have, we have this marketing consultancy. So we check out digital marketing and see what level or what state of their journey in their agency they are. And then we go and provide that matching resource, like we do a matchmaking, literally.
Yeah.
And when you go ahead.
Yeah, so let's do this on that journey, right? So like I got an idea just to make it fun, right? So like let's talk about how someone who's just barely starting out with high level, maybe on a 14-day trial, and let's walk through all the way to someone who's been here for like 4 years, maybe 3 years, right? So how can you kind of give us an idea of somebody who's brand new starting off with high level, and they're probably overwhelmed, right? There's like hundreds of features. They're like, man, I'm just trying to get onboarded. Help us understand like that initial stage in how they work with you.
Yeah, so anytime I go to these coaching events, we have high level information for 2-3 days. And at the end, the coach usually asks, what have you taken? So I basically stand up, and to the newcomers, I tell them, don't get overwhelmed. You don't have to do everything today. Prioritize, start slow, one step at a time. And how RepStack comes in for the starters is that we've done it, right? We've crashed, we've burned it, and then we climbed again, and then we built it again, broke it again, built it again. And one thing that we know is that how to start from scratch, right? Because we've started from scratch multiple times. And as soon as a new client comes in, we go in as a digital marketing agency consultants, because we've gone through 500 digital marketing agencies, right? We have agency, we're not an agency, but we've worked with, we've seen the structure, how a digital marketing agency, what's the ecosystem of it? And then we provide them, okay, you need to do marketing first. Because anytime a new person or new digital marketing agency owner, we say a rookie, right? They come in, they want to get a salesperson. Get a salesperson, get me rich. I'm like, that's how not, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
First thing is set up your marketing. So our marketing team will go in, set up your high level, zero cost. We have our fixed rates for our associates, but they will go in literally, because as soon as you get a VA from us, you come into relationship with us. We have one purpose, that our employees succeed. If our employees succeed, we succeed. If we succeed, our clients succeed. So it's a very simple-minded company, very simple people. We have one focus, that we want to make sure that our employees, are successful. And for us, the only thing is we get up in the morning thinking just one thing: how can we make the job easier?
Yeah.
So if someone is new, we provide them direction literally, and sometimes we go in and build it. And people are like, we're not going to pay for it. I'm like, we're not asking for money. We just do it because this is something we know. If we do it, our associate is going to be positioned for success. It's for us, and it's a win-win situation. That's the number two for someone for starters. We do a little bit of hand holding, right? As I said, it's a very, very it's not complicated, but it's a beast. HighLevel, you can do anything in it, right? So right now I said, we breathe, eat, sleep, everything in HighLevel, but you don't have to do it on day one. You have to get in steps, ask for help, raise your hand. You don't have to be alone. Once you are with RepStack, you are with us. You are our responsibility. If you're not growing, we're not growing. So we have taken the ownership of your growth as soon as your associate is with us. Our associate is with you. And then if you are coming for 2 years, 3 years, you already have HighLevel, you have some system set up. Then we go and check, what are you doing? What are your SOPs? Then we provide you a next level, HighLevel resource, which is going to take you to the next level. You don't want someone to come in and start doing the same thing. Of course, if someone comes in, you train them on your current processes. Hopefully you have SOPs that they follow, but we don't hire or we don't provide note takers. We provide people who are going to, if you tell them to do something, they're going to do it, but they're going to ask you, why are you doing this? Why not this way? They're going to challenge you, right? And then that's what we look for in our associates. We just hire believers. That's what I think. And they believe in themselves. So if they think they can, you tell them to do something, they'll get it done. So if you have SOPs, they initially follow everything. And then the 3-4 months, they're going to start building and they're going to come to us again. How do we go to next step? Now, because we have done it so many times, we're like, okay, the main thing after this step, after marketing, go to sales. After sales, if you have 8, 9, 10 accounts, now you cannot have accounts set up on Google Sheet. There is some serious business. Your account, your client's information is there. It's very sacred, right? You cannot play with it. If it goes here and there, your brand name is gone forever. Use HighLevel for your account management. And then, events, anything that you can think of. But you have to do it stepwise. You cannot just do it everything in day one. You start slow, build it up, and then, scale. And that's the thing that HighLevel has the beauty that you can use it in any way you want. You want to use it just for one thing, you can use it. You want to just use a chat, you can just use the chat. You don't want to just do email funnels, all that, you pick and choose. What is your priority? Because there's so many digital marketing agencies, and each one of them, I can confirm, they all use it differently. There is a lot of ways to definitely, with HighLevel, you can skin cats. You cannot even count how many ways you can skin a cat. This is, I think, the beauty of HighLevel, the simplicity and, the amount of variables that you can choose and apply to yourself and in different ways. So that's, I think, what RepStack brings to any digital marketing agency that comes to RepStack for an associate.
Yeah, so I think the big takeaway for me is you have different levels of team members that's already vetted out. And I know you had mentioned you take people from the highest of universities in the local areas there, and you guys put them through trainings that comes from you as well as us, and they get to a competency level. They're ready to work with clients, and different clients at different levels. So obviously, as somebody who's brand new, they have different needs. We're just trying to get the fundamental checklist of marketing done for them, where maybe if you're at 10 accounts already or 15 accounts, now you have to be a little bit more systematized, be more conscious of sales interaction, the experience. And let's say you're at 100 plus accounts. Now you have to look at SOPs. Now you have to look at who's in charge of what, compartmentalizing, and you're staffing the different levels of people have those competencies. So is there like a level 1, level 2, level 3? How do you guys tier your people? What are the different qualifications?
So basically, we don't have tiers because someone could be just really, really good in just using sales. And that's the only part, or that's the only specific module of HighLevel that they have used. So it's basically broken down by a niche, right? Are you marketing? sales, what do you need the high level person to do? First of all, because of course you would want them to do everything initially because you're a small company, you're not going to hire different people to do different things. But what is your number one priority today? You have to prioritize your, what do you want to do? What are you struggling with? What do you don't want to do yourself? Or what is that something that you cannot do anything? Because nobody, no matter how good you are, you do not know everything. You cannot. Sometimes if you need help, get the specialist. First thing would be, same thing. If you're struggling in sales, you have no, you're dialing SDRs, but they're taking 20 minutes to call 10 calls. Get HighLevel, get the auto dialer, get your number one problem solved. That's what we have. So if you are struggling with HighLevel, get, in sales, get salesperson. In marketing, get a marketing, the marketing. So we provide this marketing certified, sales certified, CRM certified. They're different levels, but any of our associates to go through complete HighLevel trainings. But I'm going to be honest, right? There's only so much you can learn on a YouTube video. You have to go in. You have to do it. And that's where we come in, right? We don't just throw over an associate and hope it's taken and like, thank God it's done right now. XYZ, they're going to figure it out. We make sure that, we keep training our associates. We have a continuous training path. We do it every week, and it's, of course, we ask our clients that if they're okay with it. But I think going your associate, having him learn or her more, who doesn't want to do with that? And the second part is that what we learned initially after first year of our working with digital marketing agencies, that we don't only need to train our associates, we need to train our clients, because it is a complex world, right? And you see all these different agencies, you go to these events, oh, this guy made like 20 million. This guy made, you are like, man, I'm just stuck. I'm no good. Just look at your journey. When horses run in a race, they have that thing on the side. Just follow your own path. Make your own thing. It's not a race. It's not a race. Some people go take a shortcut through the woods or something. Some people just take the main road. The idea is to get there, right? That's the only thing. That's the mindset we have, is just to get there. And sometimes it takes, some more time. And sometimes, it just depends on people. There's no, one blanket statement that goes all over. We are in a business of people, literally. Our purpose is people. And people, they could be, very unpredictable. And no one person is same. So that is something I think is an art, not a science. And I wouldn't say like master it, but I think we're really good at it, right? It's not easy to hire someone. It's just HR is a whole different beast, right? So it's a whole different world. We want you to focus on marketing. Give us HR. You don't go through 500 resumes. How do you write job description? I have no idea. I learned it, and now I know what to do it. But when I was before RepStack, I had no idea. I just wrote my resume. My resume, if I read right now, I'm like, who is this guy? This guy looks good. Because resumes, you can write anything, right? And for me, I'll use, I'll quote Sean Clark. I'm not that creative, but if you give me something, I'm going to make it better. I am a big, proponent of copy and paste. There's no shame, because, I'm not that good, but I know I can make things better. That's why I think our visionary, actually, my brother, he's a visionary. He comes up with ideas that are mind-boggling. I'm kind of an implementer. You give something, I'll get it done. And I would never say that I'll try, right? I'll say I am getting it done. I'm going to give you a timeline. I'll come back. But I know if I want to do something, that's how I think Siddiqui mentality, or the RepStack mentality, that we're not going to try. We're going to do it. And if you fail, it means that, if you try something new, you fail, it means it's good. Because you're not in your comfort zone, just, doing exactly what's required. We want to break barriers. We want to exceed expectations. We're never happy with just fine, or just par, right? Such a dry word. He's on par. Okay. We're not okay. We're hungry, we're motivated, and we want to grow. And anybody that's associated with RepStack, they grow. That's just simple mindset that we have. And the last thing on this thing I would say is that the way we think is treat everybody, whoever it is, your client, your associate, your peers, the way you would want them to treat you. If you do that, that's it. Just be, and just leave it. If you have to change yourself, if you have to go, do some slimy stuff, that you can't tell people, you're going to fail. Not right now, but
Right.
it's not going to work.
Absolutely.
Just think, good for people. This and the other, I'm sorry, I said last thing, but I got another thing is the mindset of abundance. There's enough for everyone, right? Someone asks for help, we open everything up. They're like, why are you telling us to use for, like maybe 2 years or something? I've been struggling to do this for months. Why are you showing it to me for free? We're like, because you asked for help.
Yeah.
If you get it there, we never look at our competition. I don't know what other rates are. What is this? What happens? How do people do it? They just place them. How do they do it? I have no idea. My brothers, of course, they do. But my thing is, if we are doing it, we're doing it better than anybody else.
Yeah. And I think the big, key takeaway for me is you are people oriented, and the focus is the relationship more than anything else. And I know I had two agencies, one in dental and one in automotive before I jumped in with HighLevel. And I think, I don't know, maybe I've hired 30, maybe 40 different team members that are virtual. I don't even like to use the term VA. Like I like to just call them team members because they're part of the family, right? But anyways, my experience, even at a personal level, fellow agencies that I've, built relationship with, is like most agency owners fail the virtual team members, right? Because they don't have the right SOPs, they don't know what they want, or they don't have the right infrastructure or even like a vision of the next quarter that's coming up, right? So typically they're expecting the VAs to come in and just save the world and just do all the grunt work without really a direction. And that's where things go wrong. You start off in the honeymoon phase and everything is good and dandy, but eventually you have to figure out, how do you KPI this person? How do you measure success? How do you tell this person that they've done a great job in a quantitative way? Like, we can all say nice things with qualitative, words and say, hey, Athar, you've done a great job, or Paulson, you've done a great job. But how do you show with numbers that their task was attributed to some kind of a success? And I think that takes a maturity, that takes an advanced agency to get there. And the initial stages is you discovering yourself. And what, a lot of the team members typically do that are coming in virtually, they're going to ask you questions of, where is this? Where is that? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Because they're looking at it with fresh eyes and they're seeing your business. But I think it's an important key part to bring in somebody from the outside. Even if you had an agency with W-2, employees, I think it's always good to bring in couple of VAs or even virtual team members that can look at and give you perspective from the outside. And that's one of the secrets of growing. Get perspectives from the outside. And how else to do that? By not going to someone that you can trust, someone that that's in the HighLevel family, like you guys, and I'm sure you see this all the time. Like the VA is just waiting for direction. They're like, this agency owner don't know what they want.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I think my heart, started beating faster because everything you were saying, it's exactly what we believe. This is our mantra, right? VAs, we don't call our people VAs, we call them associates. We don't want VAs to come in, associates to come in and just do what you tell them to do. They're going to do it, learn it, and then going to take you to the next level. That's the mindset. And of course, people in W-2, that's of course, if you're in office, that's just your rule. I get it, right? There's no push, but that's going to be, you're going to start with 70, 80,000 a year. With us, you're starting at 20, 24,000 a year. That's a big difference. And we're promising, if not same, at least, it's, I think, I'm again, I try to stay humble, but we're going to try to beat, the competition, because, we know we're better and we have that hunger, right? It's just, I'm repeating myself, but they're so driven. And the other part of the, the twist is that any associates that these guys come in, we first and most, and I told you that they do GHL training, they do basic marketing training, they do all the other Facebook SEO and training. But the main thing that we focus on is how to connect culturally. We don't want our associates to go there, people just use them as a throwaway cell phone or the camera that happened, and then they move on. We don't want project-based hiring. We want people who are going to accept them, and they're going to make them part of the team. And they're just not going to do it. Our associate has to basically make an effort to culturally connect, right? That's number one thing that we look for. And we also always say that, just be yourself, right? And anybody, anytime, they're like, how do you build trust with your client? Because you're in Pakistan, they're in America, and this is like a big difference. And of course, people are right now, we have global, it's a global village and whatnot. And this Google, you can look up Pakistan in a second, but traveling somewhere, you have no idea. So they're like, can I trust this guy? So one thing, I tell our associates is, yeah, they're going to trust you. If you don't, there's no brown nosing. If you don't know something, don't be a hero. Just tell them, I have no idea, but I'm going to try to work it, right? And that's where we come in. We help them, maybe another associate. He's figured that out 6 months ago with a different client. Like, yeah, go talk to Aisha. She knows, and the guy does it in 5 minutes. So it's collaboration. And one of the most important part is, like, we're not the believers in competition. As I told you, we believe in abundance. So if you have a peer that's already doing, and he's in office in America, he's not or she's not your competition. Collaboration, learn. Just imagine you're sitting in Pakistan working for a digital marketing agency is in the #1 country in the world, United States, which is the capital of business. And what an opportunity. I get excited, right? You're sitting here, you on the pay scale, right? We're going to try to match, we're going to try to barriers, we're going to try to level the field for our associates. We want, me and Azhar, we go to our associates and we say, you want to just go do this to you, right? We want to just spend money because you guys are the real rock stars. We call ourselves, we are a support team. We are here only to facilitate you. But of course, we have our CFO, we don't want to break the bank. We make sure 240 people payroll, right? And it's just in the matter of 2 years or 2.5 years, and such a big responsibility, 205 people or 240 people. I don't know, right? So we have to make sure we make the right decisions, keep improving, make mistakes, right? If your comfort zone is going to kill you, you're never going to grow if you just do just enough. As I said, right? We want you to learn from your peer. There's no competition. Everybody is there. And if you're growing, if you're doing good, nobody's going to let you go. If you said to hire 40 people, and some people say, oh, I have trouble, I have different requirements right now, so that's why I'm letting you go. So I tell them, if I have a rock star who's crushing it day in, day out, he's coming with new ideas, he's not just taking notes and doing exactly, putting in data or whatever, and bringing more to the table and learning from his peer and taking it to the next level, right? That's just the collaboration and the opportunity there is immense. And for us, of course, the problem that everywhere is happening is people want quick clarity and it's been 6 months. What is my career? I'm like, I was in Chase for 10 years. That's a decade. 6 months, right? And short term. So we just came up 2 days ago. We had our first, we did a member intensive, but it was called Rep Camp. And we brought all our associates, just like you did SaaSpreneur.
Yeah.
Twice SaaSpreneur I've done it. HighLevel Summit. I've been to every HighLevel Summit. We're joining hips with HighLevel. So we did this big event. We brought them in. Whatever we learned at your event, when you go on the stage, you rock it, right? We don't know that how to do it, how to get people, only have 5-6 people. So we did this event. We brought them in. We did them training. We got them to explain how how the successful associates are working and how they can help the people who are struggling. So basically, whatever we do, we invest in our people. That's it, and we've seen that you cannot throw money at people anymore.
No,
you have to show them character that you actually believe. And for us, it's so easy because that's exactly what we believe. That's a system of belief, as I said. That's what we based on. We believe in our people. That's why we hire them, right? And they believe in us. And if someone believes in me, for me, that's a big responsibility. And in Pakistan, we're mostly based out of Pakistan. We have Bangladesh, we have Philippines also on our team. We have Kenya, but for mostly they're in Pakistan. And in Pakistan, when you have 240 people hired, it's not 240 people, it's 240 families that are impacted with you. So any decision that we make, it is impacting families. Yeah. His sister's piece, his mom's, medicine or something. So we have to make a lot of decisions, make mistakes, but for us, it's getting real serious, right? So now, but right now we have experience, we've learned, we're going to grow now. And with this growth, we have a privilege to now focus on little things. Initially, I Googled what's a digital marketing agency. Now I'm Googling right now, how many agencies, what percentage of agencies should I call at 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. And that's the kind of information we already have. And if this something is concrete, won't you just want to learn something from someone instead of just going and trying and failing? And as a new business owner, or even starting in 2-3 years old, You want to minimize mistakes. Mistakes are good. I like them, but not all the time. And if they don't happen, they're better, right? I don't want it. So that's where we come in. We try to make sure that the growth is as clear on every path: RepStack, associate, and client. And our client, success team. That's what they do all the day. They have CSM coordinators, like their EAs. So I have an EA, and our account managers have EAs. And so real quick with account managers, usually salespeople, we do a lot, marketing the most. With account managers, people like, and I don't want someone in Pakistan sitting facing with my client. I don't know what they're going to think. And to that, I say that, you talk to my salespeople or my account manager, and they're handling digital marketing agency owners. They're handling the actual, and your clients, they're not as sophisticated as, the digital marketing agency. Your guys are the beast. You're the big dogs. And if our account managers can handle you, they can definitely, most definitely, handle your clients. It's just a matter of belief again.
Yeah. And this is fantastic. And I think one of the things that we should really consider in this conversation is the different types of activities and tasks a virtual employee, a team member could do for the agency. So I know you said CRM, I know you said account management, you said sales, you said marketing. Are there any other categories of expertise of people that you provide?
Yeah, so RepStack, again, I'm going to quote my coach, Josh Nelson. Yeah. He says, riches are in niches, right? And everybody wants to be rich, right? Anybody who says money doesn't buy happiness, I call bullshit on that. It means they have a lot of money, or something like that. But main thing about RepStack is we're niched. I think there's a lot of VA companies, right? Right now, you Google, there's going to be a lot. With us, one thing is that we only work with digital marketing agencies. So we have lawyers, finance people, real estate agents. Everybody wants marketing, but when they come to us, we're like, no. They're like, why do you care? Swipe the card. I just need marketing. You have marketing. Give me the resource. I'm like, no, because you don't have processes set up. You don't have SOPs. Our associate is going to go there and struggle. He's going to be like in the wild. He has no direction, no nothing. And associates, no matter what, if you go into a new company, even if you're in the same company, you move teams, you need training, right? And you're not able to provide training right now. So we want to provide associates only to digital marketing agencies because we're experts at it, right? Yeah. We're believer anytime you need help, go for the specialist. We're specialists in digital marketing agencies. That's what we stick to. For the roles that we have, number one, of course, marketing agency, a digital marketing agency associate. Second, sales, SDR. Then we have, of course, account managers, or we call them client success managers. And recently we just introduced, which is my favorite now because it has completely changed my life, which is an executive assistant. Okay. Now they do social media, they do your calendar, and they do your emails. Just imagine you don't have to check your email.
Yeah.
I could not have believed it. And it is just insane. So for me, I usually say, what about, don't go to your mom or don't send your mom on, Mother's Day is coming for a spa day. Go to your mom and go with her to the spa. That's how you take your time back. Don't become a business owner to work 60 hours a day, 7 days a week. You work, you start your business, so you get your time back. If you make money and you don't have time with your family, your friends, what is the need? Basic thing is delegate, right? That's where we come in. If you're scaling, everybody needs to scale. And when you're scaling, get the right people. Get the unpredictability, the what do you call the guesswork out of hiring.
Yeah. So
that's
I think the next thing we have to do as we just kind of close out is make sure people can get a hold of you, right? So what are some of the call to actions we should add to this conversation? I know your brother worked on a book. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so he just came out, get this book, Hiring Secrets. Our CEO, he's a visionary, right? So anything that's in here, right? I went through it word by word. It's exactly what we believe. It's so easy. It was, of course, took a long time, but the content, came so easy to us, natural, because it's exactly what we're thinking, what we're doing. We just put it on paper and we had to arrange it, right? And that, of course, took a long time because who knows how to write a book? I don't know. And the best thing about this is that we have your CEO,
Sean Clark. Yeah, he did the forward.
Yeah. Right there, right?
Awesome.
And anybody that needs this book for free, we have a special link right now just for this podcast. If you want this book, I'll share the link with you, and you can order this book for free, only for HighLevel.
Awesome. And what's your main website? Like, so they can actually maybe set up a consultation or get on a calendar. What's your actual website?
So if you want to get hold of us, of course, we're on Facebook everywhere, but website is repstack.co, not com, repstack.co.
Okay, awesome. And I know you guys are really active in the HighLevel communities, a ton of the other communities around HighLevel that's built, even the ones that we don't even manage. I know I've seen you a couple of times with Josh Nelson's group and a couple of other coaches.
Alex Shilinsky, POD.
Yep, Alex Shilinsky. Yep, awesome. And my last question for you is: are you coming to this year's conference? Are you coming in October?
Anytime HighLevel has put out an invite for any event, for my knowledge, I think it's been 2 SaaSpreneurs and 1 HighLevel summit.
That's right.
I've been there. And anytime it comes on, I get it for the VIP, the early bird, because I know it's not going to be available this whole hour. And anybody who's listening to this right now, I just want to tell them, SaaSpreneur is a closed group. The learning and the masterminding in that group is next level. And just all the different people, you have people from Japan, Australia, last time I met, Thailand, and of course, all over America.
Yeah.
Collaboration and the energy that is in that SaaSpreneur event is next. And of course, we have all the leadership. I don't know how Sean and Robin, they're there 3 days.
Yeah.
Just imagine a CEO of a multiple $1 million company. You have access to them. It's unbelievable. And the Level Up Summit, the first one that you did, I actually don't believe that was the first one. I think that's what you guys do. And I heard that you didn't hire event management company. You guys pulled it off together.
Yeah.
It was mind-boggling. It is literally robots dancing, right? Casino night. I have never been to an event that good. Like it's one in the lifetime. And I hope because it's built. You guys have built it up so much.
Now we're worried. We got to level this up.
Raise the bar. How? I don't know.
Now we have to level that up, and that was the first one we did. And like you said, we didn't go with an outside company, events management at all. We just did it all internally with our own staff members. We're like, hey, let's just create the best experience that you would want as an agency owner. That's literally the mentality we went with, and now we got to level that up. But anyways, Athar, thanks for jumping in. Another great spotlight session. And if you haven't heard of the company, make sure you go check out RepStack. And these guys are always in our the Facebook groups, our in-person events. Next time we'll maybe have all 3 of you together.
But thanks for having me, man. It was a privilege.
Absolutely.
Every time I've met you, I've just been humble. I'm like, and so much knowledge and so much clarity, right? Yeah. We have always have our learning hat on, and what I've learned at HighLevel, right? It's unbelievable. Like all, Sean Clark, Robin, you, Chase, the whole team, right? They just open up everything and they try to help you in any way. It's incredible. Well,
thanks for jumping on this spotlight session. If you are someone that's watching and you don't even have a HighLevel account, go to highlevel.com or reach out to Athar. He'll give you a link. But either way, jump into the system. It's the first ever marketing operating system that was built. And you have a great company like RepStack that can help you set up and get going. And even if you're advanced with hundreds of clients, they have experts that can jump in and shave off a lot of months and a lot of hardship with just trying to figure this out. But anyways, have a good rest of your afternoon. Thanks for jumping in. Let us know whatever we can do for you. Okay.
Thanks a lot.